Okay, we've got the recording going. Welcome everybody. John Van Derzen here from Canada. It's our Tuesday night Impact 101 call. We're excited you've joined us. We'd like to welcome all of our impactors, all of our guests from around the world. We've got a real action-packed call for you here this evening. So we're going to get started here right away. First thing we're going to do is we're going to talk about global. That's what we always like to talk about. It's crazy what's happening. It's day 62. I have to look at my list. There's so many different countries. We now have impactors in 128 different countries around the world. We're not even a full 9 weeks old. It's absolutely crazy how the world is responding to this. Just in the last week, we've had impactors join us in the new countries of the British Virgin Islands, the United States minor outlying islands. I had no idea that was a country. Suriname, Puerto Rico, recently Tunisia. So that's 5 more countries with members in it in just the last week. There's a lot of companies that would love to do that in a couple years of existence. That shows what's happening with Impact One right around the world. And there's really a couple of reasons for that. Number one, we have what the whole world is looking for. Everybody wants the ability to raise unlimited funds for anything that they want to raise funds for. Number two, we've got what everybody can do. We've got all the tools in place. All we do is share them with people, our videos on our websites, our mobile landing pages. And what it does all the explaining for us. It helps sort out who sees what we see. Number three, we've got a company that is behind us and gives us all the resources to do everything that we need to do in the simplest possible way. And of course, number four, all the impactors, all of our members and leaders right around the world that are committed to sharing this, committed to working with people who see this and helping them make an impact. That's what's creating the global stampede, and the timing could not be better. 9 weeks into this, it's on an absolute runaway, and yet the bulk of the world has no idea that we exist. So you're looking at it, if you're brand new, you're looking at it at exactly the right time. So what we're going to do at this point, I'm going to turn it over to my good friend and CEO of Impact 101, Hans Looman. He's the guy running the technical, all behind the scenes, the technical IT department. He's given us so many of these tools and so many great things to work with. Hans, if you could maybe come on and just say a few words, share some updates. Let's go back and forth and tell them what you've got cooking over there.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much, John. And yeah, it's great to be on this call. It's a new thing. I'm Frank today, and we hope that Frank actually just has a well-deserved couple of days off while we're actually keeping running the show. So we'll do our best. If anything is going a little different than it always was with Frank, then just blame me, not a problem at all. Yeah, I'm extremely proud of all the good things that everybody has achieved. Indeed, in these like very short, almost just 2 months. It's unbelievable. We have indeed 128 different countries that we're in right now. Things are going just crazy. It's fantastic, and like I said, there's never a dull moment. It's a great thing to do what we all do here. So one of the new things that we've done, I'm just going to touch up a couple of updates, is bringing in a couple of more options for especially our friends over in Asia. We've been talking about this for a little bit already, about WeChat Pay. It's a very big payment processor, especially in China. Over in China, you will see that pretty much 90% of all payments just go via these types of mobile app devices with WeChat and with Alipay. So we have both of these now in the payment methods, and we're also going to look into adding somewhat more easy ways to make this available for everybody, also amongst each other. So stay tuned as we go through those types of things. We've also cleaned up the page a little bit. We've made it just a simple select box and then a purchase membership that will show up all the payment options that are in the bottom. We constantly try to make these things just as clean as possible to make it easy, because easy is always the best. So in the next slide, you see what happens when you select that WeChat Pay and Alipay. And I have to comment to this. We are a Canadian company. So in our efforts to get this all done, we had to basically charge everybody in Canadian dollars while the pricing is in US dollars. So to avoid any confusion, the QR codes that are connected to WeChat Pay and Alipay have the conversion rate between US dollars and Canadian dollars on the top. In the mobile page, however, you will see that it's paid to QRGL Marketing Inc., which is the company that brings Impact 101 to you all. So there's no confusion there either. So next slide, we're going over a couple of the stats. We're very pleased to see that we're right now a total amount of completed donations of in excess of $1.135 million. And these are US dollars. So well done, everybody. It's fantastic. This is over an $11,500 donations that basically created all those amounts. We have a total amount of page views right now in excess of 2.8 million page views. That's amazing in just these short 2 months. We have more than 500,000 unique page view visits. And of those, there's 340,000 different devices being used. So unbelievable good job, guys. You share the project with so many people. And in these statistics, you can actually see all what's coming from those efforts. Fantastic. We're talking about languages all the time. There's a couple things that have finished. We have now the first videos on everybody's mobile landing pages in, of course, English, but also Russian, Hebrew, French, German, Spanish, Mandarin, Cantonese, Chinese. We actually have Portuguese. I see that missing here. Spanish is there. And the newest one, the latest one is Hindi. There's a couple more languages coming. I cleaned up the flags a little bit because last slide there was a flag that had nothing to do with Dutch, I think. So the coming languages for the videos are Dutch, Malaysian, and Thai. So that's coming shortly. And then we have some super exciting new things that we're going to talk about. We have a new dashboard feature, and it's not active yet, but it is going to be right after this call, and that is your weekly impact score. There's two things that will do. One of them is the stars of the week that have the highest score of the week, and one will be a fun challenge between all the countries that we have. All these 128 countries could basically try to become the winners of the President's Cup for that particular week. So what that's going to look like is as follows. Here's a dashboard that is going to show your impact score. And your score is nothing more than a bunch of points that you can do for pretty much everything that's in the dashboard. So we strive to make this a fun activity where you can basically just participate. The more you engage with things, the higher your score will be. So the stars of the week will be the ones that have the highest impact score of that particular week. And they will be presented here in a ticker, just like the stock markets. It will go basically from the right to the left through your screen, and you will see if you're in the top 10. Then the President's Cup is all the countries, the participants from various countries added up, and then countries can actually sort of try to be the best scoring country for that particular week. So we have a couple of rules and some rewards, because John was very elementary in creating these things, maybe I'm going to hand over to John what some of the rewards are. John.
Yeah, absolutely, Hans. You know, we're excited about this because we want to recognize the people, the impactors who are making the biggest impact out there around the world. We also want to recognize the countries where the heaviest activity is. So as you saw in that ticker, it's just going to move across the screen. It'll have the top 10 impactors for the week, you know, which is always changing over the 1 week period. Same with the top 10 countries. So it'll give you an idea where you stand. It'll have your own impact score there. We're going to show you in a minute here the activities that you can do to accumulate points. It's just really a fun challenge, and it's to give a bunch of recognition to the people that are making it happen. So the stars of the week, the rewards are, first off, you get the bragging rights. You get the recognition. You get to be able to show your prospects and your team, look at this, I'm one of the top 10 impactors in the world. So that's something everybody can strive for. Everybody wants to run with someone who's making it happen. Now, the top 3 people with the scores, and remember this runs week to week. So it runs from 7 o'clock Eastern on Tuesday nights to the following 7 o'clock Eastern on Tuesday night. So every week, it'll start over your impact score. The 3 people with the highest scores for the week, they're going to be invited to speak on a training call, and they're going to be able to share what they're doing with all of the impactors out there. And then, of course, the person with the #1 impact score for the week, they'll have the opportunity to do a private call with their team with both Frank Servedio, the president, and Hans Looman, the CEO. So it's designed to be a friendly competition to provide the recognition for everybody. Each week we'll announce the top 10 stars of the week on the call, and we'll give you the pat on the back that you deserve for what you're doing. The second part of that is the President's Cup. Again, this is where, for example, all of the US members, all of their impact scores together, that'll be the total for the US. The UK will have their total. Australia, up here in Canada, we're coming for all of you. I'm telling you, you know, it's a fun challenge. So what do you want to do? You want to do your part. You want to encourage your team to do their part so that your country can get the bragging rights. So the world can see, look at this. You're one of the top 10 countries in this, in Impact 101. And, you know, it's the bragging rights, seeing your name in lights, the recognition. And, of course, then we announce the top 10 countries every week. There will be a past history on there. You'll be able to see, oh, we were number 7 last week. Let's go, guys. Now we're number 6. Now we're number 2. Now we won the President's Cup for the week. So it's going to be awesome. And hence, what it's really designed to do is encourage all of the behaviors that will make everyone very successful with this. Maybe you can bring up the screen that shows the different activities and what the point values are. And I can go through it, or if you'd like to go through it, Hans, whatever you'd like to do.
Sure. Yeah, no, it will be a lot of fun, especially for different countries that we might not expect that could all of a sudden take a leading role in the President's Cup. Who knows? Maybe we'll see Fiji up top, or who knows what country. It's going to be a lot of fun. And the rules are the same for everybody. Every week, all the points are reset to 0. We start with a fresh thing. And as a bonus, the person or the score of the highest 10 countries and impactors will stay in the dashboards of everybody for a period of 2 days while the new points are accumulating. And then after that, we have another week of running up with all the scores. So it's going to be a fun thing. And indeed, like John says, it's all designed to be a friendly thing. It's points, but you never know. It's going to be a fun thing. So now what can you actually all get all these points for? Of course, a couple things have a lot of points, and that is to bring in key new members. We're basically getting that rewarded with a good chunk of points. So bringing in a new annual member, that'll get you 2,000 points right there. Bringing in a member that is for half a year, that'll bring you in 1,300 points. But you will get another 1,300 points after those 6 months if they renew. So it's all up to you what you do, but making more points now is, of course, bringing in the $40 members. Then you can upgrade into a new grid that gets you 500 points per grid. And that is one of the things that might actually just be a little underrated at points. We see a lot of members join and just start to try do the $40 grid. Remember, guys, every grid that you have is a separate stream of donations that comes to you. So if you join a new grid, not only do you get rewarded with 500 points, you also do get rewarded with a lot of donations coming to you when those fill up. Well, sending a donation gets you 250 points. Confirming a donation gets you 250 points. Now we have a lot of people that have still a lot of unread messages. Well, I have good news for you. If you clean those up, you get 200 points per message. Those are the messages that come from the system and from the broadcasts. Now, if you share your mobile landing page with a new person, so an open of a landing page by a device that we haven't seen before, you get 10 points for that, and there's no maximum to this. So if you are successful in sharing your QR code, your mobile landing page, you can get tons of points, tons of them. If you send an instant message on a donation, you get 5 points. So get nice and chatty with each other. If you have lots of donations going, you can have a maximum of 50 points per donation. So you can get a lot extra there. Even for logging into your back office, you get 5 points. So if you do it 10 times a day, you get 50 points extra right there. So I think there's lots of good new ways to try to get a score. The rules are the same for everybody. We're going to monitor the rules and see if we need to tweak some things just to keep it nice and friendly and fair to everybody. But I think it's going to be a lot of fun. John, back to you.
Yeah, and Hans, on top of that, just so everybody knows, we're going to broadcast out the information on this right after the call. You'll see the tickers go on your screen. They won't be populated yet for a couple days, but you will see your own impact score immediately start to accumulate. You'll see these points in the different activities. So that'll be coming out later tonight. We're going to have a lot of fun with that, Hans.
In fact, right now, the points are already counting for people. So if you log in right now, boom, you have 5 points right there. So nobody needs to have 0 points.
Okay, we can move on to the next one. Do you want to touch on this for a second, Hans?
Sure. Yeah, so I was already talking a little bit about these mobile landing pages. Don't forget that we have a whole suite of tools that we've designed specifically for you to make life a lot easier while you're trying to impact people. So your mobile landing page is one of the most easy tools to share the opportunity with others. And you can do so by sending them to your mobile landing page. There's a couple of videos. Now there's the different languages automatically in those mobile landing pages. So yeah, you can share the opportunity and let them just see the video. That will really help drive your Impact 101 program. I'm going to go one more time through the donation steps. There's still a couple of things that people tend to forget. There is on every donation that you want to make a arrow system. You have to just go through all these little steps to complete these, and you will never have any problems. We see that there's a lot of people still forgetting to do things by just, for instance, not checking off the proof of donation. So first, when you have a donation, you basically choose whatever the payment method is of the person to donate to. Then you check off which donations they will be. You could, for instance, have the $40 grid, the $80 grid, and so forth. You can actually make those all in one go. When you do so, you will see a window pop up that actually shows you the information on how to make this donation. People sometimes forget that that only shows up the moment that you've selected the donations and already selected a payment method. But if you do so, you will see all the information you need to make that donation via that particular payment method. Now comes a very important step. As you've made this donation, you need to put the proof of this donation in the field that appears at this donation. So if you go to PayPal, make a little screenshot of the donation that you made, upload it into the screen. Very easy. If you make a donation any other way and you get some kind of transaction ID, put it into the text proof. Hit update and your donation is marked paid. That avoids a lot of frustration. It'll also mark the donation as paid in the screen of the receiver so that they know that there is something to confirm, and things will go a lot more smooth. So that is what I wanted to say on this particular topic. Back to you now, John.
All right, very good, Hans. Great stuff. Looking forward to the contest. What I want to do now is I want to reach out to some people that are really making this happen around the world. We have so many great impactors. We try to pick different people every week to give different perspectives. So what we're going to do is we're going to head down to Tennessee first and foremost. We want to hear from Joe Cutler. Joe, are you on the line? Can you fill us in what you've got going on?
All right. I'm here, John. Can you hear me and see me?
You betcha, loud and clear, Joe.
John, we love Impact 101. We're crowdfunding. This is something that we have never known about in the past, even though I know a lot of people have done crowdfunding for years and years, but it was new to us. And, you know, the thing that's so amazing is that you guys have put together an amazing system that anybody can do. You know, a lot of people think that, well, I can't do this. I can't do networking, and I don't know how to bring people, and I don't know how to share this. Folks, all you have to do is just send out the links through a text or through an email, let people see the information, and then just answer questions. That's it. What I love about it is that, you know, back when I first started 40 years ago in the industry of networking, it was hard. You know, it was a lot different than it is today. But with technology and video and everything that you have at your fingertips, anyone can do crowdfunding. And, you know, the thing is with Impact 101, with the donation system, you know, the thing I love most about it, John, you're helping people. You know, this isn't something where you're trying to get people to help you necessarily. There's people all around the world that need Impact 101. They need crowdfunding. And what I love about it is that if you love helping people and you love helping them be able to pay their bills and, you know, pay off a college education, maybe pay off their home, there's so many things that they can do. So we love Impact 101. Amy's not here tonight. She's out of town, but I know that she would love to say hello to everyone as well. But thank you, John. Thank you, Frank. Thank you, Hans, for putting together a wonderful system.
All right, good stuff, Joel. Thank you very much. We appreciate you sharing with us, and it is indeed that simple. Next, we are going to head overseas. Our very first speaker from the country of China in 9 weeks. It happens to be a friend of mine, a Scotsman living in China, but he's in China, so we're getting our first speaker from China. Derek Semple, are you there?
Hi, John. Yes, I'm here. Yes, can you hear me okay?
I can hear you well, Derek. You know, maybe you could just take a quick half minute and share what has your experience been in the relationship marketing arena?
Well, yes, I've probably been involved in relationship marketing for about 25 years. And to be honest, in those 25 years, it's been very difficult, very hard. I've made some money, not a lot of money, and it's been very difficult to sort of get people involved in different opportunities out there. But certainly with Impact 101, it's been a very different sort of experience for me.
Yeah, exactly. I know you're really excited. What's got you excited, Derek, and how are you building it? What are you using to build with?
The reason I'm really excited about it, John, is because it's very different from any other opportunity that's out there. It's very simple, very easy to do. And you guys, you and Joe and Amy and all the people that put this all together, when you explain about the trainings and how to actually do it, it's very simple. So I just follow your simple sort of success plan where we invite people to look at the videos that you guys have put together. And I send out a message. People usually respond and want to look at the videos. And then the videos do all the work for me, which saves me having to try and impose my opinion of Impact 101 on them. They can actually make their own opinion right away with these videos. And another reason I'm really excited is because having seen the last slide about WeChat and Alipay here in China, that makes it so much easier for us to make payments, and which is really, really good as well. But people usually respond very, very well to Impact 101. And for me, seeing that difference from 25 years ago where it was so difficult to get people involved, you had to, recruit your granny and everybody, the whole world before you made any money. this is totally different in Impact 101. You can receive donations very quickly, and you start to receive donations and make money quickly in this, which is really good.
Well, hey, let me ask you, Derek, is your granny involved here, or what's going on?
I don't want to make it sad, but I'm 47 now, John, so people tend to die very quickly when you get older. So yeah, a lot of these family members are not available anymore.
There you go.
I dare say if the technology changes and we can contact people in heaven, then we can start making an awful lot more money, I'm sure.
That's it. One last question for you, Derek. I know when you looked at it, you were hesitant because, you haven't had a lot of success in the relationship marketing arena. You started with the $40 grid. I think that was, 3 or 4 weeks ago. How many grids are you in now and why?
Okay, well, I think it was about 6 weeks ago, just over 6 weeks ago I started. And I started off in the $40 grid, which is really good because you can start off in the first grid and then build it up and then use your donations to move to the other grids. So what I've done is I'm now in the first 3 grids, which is the $40 grid, $80 grid, and the $150 grid. And the reason I've done that is because when I started, the $40 grid moved very, very fast. It was very unexpected. It moved very fast. I started receiving donations very quickly. And then obviously the sort of main thing to do and the sensible thing to do is to use those donations to move into other grids so that you can then receive more donations, obviously. So I'm now in the first 3 grids. And since starting 6 weeks ago, I've received, just yesterday, I received another $40 donation. So I'm now up to $680 in 6 weeks, which has never, ever, ever happened to me before.
Excellent. Well, good stuff, Derek. You're sitting in a good place over there. You got about 1 billion people around you that are going to love this. So thanks for sharing. Let's head down to California. We've got a couple down there, Selena and Steve, I believe it is, that are just tearing this up, having a ball. Could you share with us what's going on, please?
Sure. My name's Steve. It's my wife, Selena. And what we find the most incredible about it, as Joe mentioned earlier, is that anyone can do this. That is remarkable. There's very few things in the marketing platform that are not complicated, and you don't have to have a lot of laps in the pool to be able to utilize them, even though on paper or when you're addressing it with someone, it seems simple until they get involved. This actually is simple, and we find that to be amazing. And then it's so fun, too, how we followed our mentors in, Mark and CJ, and they showed us how this dynamic works, that if our mindset is to help people, pay it forward, expose them to opportunity, then we become the receiver. It's pretty amazing. My wife mentioned a few things.
So they showed it to us while we were all getting on a cruise ship, and we all boarded the cruise ship on a Saturday. And there was some challenge with the communications on a cruise ship, but interlapping, from time to time, all of a sudden we'd get a message or a phone call from somebody who was able to reach either Mark and CJ or us. So we started on at the first 5 levels, and by the time we came back from our cruise, we had made over $7,000, and we were so excited and blown away. And we've since brought 2 people in, and we're still reaching out because we've always had a desire to help people, and this is the perfect way to do that. We're able to help people as well as what we're raising funds for is to pay off our bills, but also to help our church. So we're able to do that, and it's really exciting. And we're doing the 90-day blitz right now. Contacting as many people as we can. I think someone set the number to begin with at 7, and we're doing as many as we can. It might be more than 7, it might be less than 7, but if we don't make that number, we just keep contacting as many as we can every day. So we're having a lot of fun, and the best part about it is it's an amazing tool. It makes it really easy, and we're loving helping others.
And real quickly, what's so fun is that you can do it organically with the person who's checking you out at the grocery store, your neighbor or coworker, and you can also do it on the social media platform as well. So it's really fun in that it's for everybody, and anyone can do it. Pretty amazing.
Who doesn't need money?
That's it. We've got the commodity everyone wants, and if you can do it from a cruise ship, you can do it anywhere. Fantastic story. Great sharing. We appreciate that, everybody. Okay, we're just going to give a couple quick little updates here as we go along. If you could give me the next slide there, Hans. We've run a little bit longer, so we'll just kind of zip through some stuff. Remember the blue videos button on your dashboard. It's got all of the presentations, the language presentations, the support videos. Everything is there to walk people through every step of the process. You've also got the little videos on each activity that people need to do, whether it's creating their account, whether it's setting up their payment methods, whether it's making a donation. It's all right there. We just point and click. We direct people to the tools. The next thing I want to talk about, our Facebook group. Fantastic community there that you want to be a part of. We're all sharing information. We're plugged in. It's a great group of like-minded people all heading in the same direction. Next thing I want to talk about, I always talk about this, your dashboard, it's your nerve center. The 6 boxes across the bottom will light up when you need to do something. You can see here 1 donation to send. That means you've got to get in there and get that done. You can see over on the right-hand side, the unread messages. Whenever you've got a number in those boxes, you want to jump in, get that dealt with right away. Stay plugged in with everything that's happening. Move quickly because it's your team, it's your platform. You want to be efficient with that. We also have, as mentioned, the 8 grids ranging from $40 up to $4,800. As you've heard from Steve and Selena and from Derek and Joe, you want to be in as many of these grids as you can. It's great to get $20 donations in the $40 grid. It's even nicer to get $40 donations and $75 donations and $150 donations. So, you know, do what works for you. There's certainly no pressure here, but you want to be in as many of these grids as you possibly can be in. They're all separate donation streams to you. Payment methods. Just want to talk about that. Make sure you've got a lot of different payment methods set up in your back office. Make it easy for people to donate to you. Make it easy for you to send donations. You can have an ORU account. Fantastic way for members to make donations around the world. You can see some of them that are listed here. Also, you've got a section, other payment methods. You can put in as many different options there as you want. It only makes sense. Make it easy for people to make donations as quickly as possible. Okay, I want to remind everybody we've got another big call tomorrow, Wednesday, March the 20th. That'll be at 4 o'clock Eastern time here in the US. That's 8 o'clock UK time, 7 o'clock Thursday morning in Sydney, Australia. So you want to plug people into that. We're going to have Hans back on here. By then, we'll have the tickers up there, not loaded with information, but you'll be able to see your impact scores and you'll know more about that promotion. We also have this Saturday, we're going to have 5 of the top global leaders from around the world plugged in and doing a training call. And I learned a long time ago, find the most successful people at something and all you have to do is copy it. Just copy what other people are doing. You can have huge results. That's at 1 o'clock Eastern on Saturday. And then, of course, we always talk about the 90-day blitz. You heard Steve and Selena saying, you know, that's how you get to where you want to be from point A to point B quickly, is lock in for a 90-day blitz. Make a commitment to share those videos with as many people as you can. If you do that consistently for 90 days, you teach that to your team, you can have an absolute explosion on your team. All the information on that is behind the System for Success button in your back office. So with that, we're going to go ahead and wrap up the call. We appreciate everybody jumping on. Fantastic speakers, great announcements from Hans. Always tell everybody, let's keep it simple. Let's have some fun. Let's think global. And let's always use the tools. Let's go out and impact some people. We're going to shut off the recording now. And if there's any questions, we'll go ahead and help answer those questions. So if you want to shut off the recording, Hans, we'll take a couple questions.
Absolutely. I will shut that down now, and I'm going to say everybody good luck, success with collecting all the points, and I'm looking forward to seeing some winners in the next week's call.